Hey guys, how are you? This is Mr. Argueta coming to you week number 7. Technically, this is our final work week. So you should be working on your final 2 chapters of this book, or of our course, I should say. And of course, I want to give you an update on last week and then what's going on this week and what to expect for your final. So let's take a look at what's going on here, guys. We're going to work through this together. Please bear with me. I am just kind of going through some stuff. By the way, today it is Tuesday, the 22nd of February. 2/22/22 is what my wife pointed out. We have registration in the Gordon campus, so I'll be there. I'll be going over there for registration. It's been a little busy in regards to some of that stuff, getting people enrolled into our B term. So if you are trying to get into B term, this is a good time to do that. All right, so let's take a look, guys. First, let's look at last week. We worked on my favorite discussion, which is really a purpose statement, putting your purpose statement together. I'm reading through this stuff. I am grading your past discussions, so bear me some time there. It takes a while to read through everybody's sort of information. So I should be getting updated with all of that by the end of this week. So you should know by Friday what you're going into and what your grade is without your last two, excuse me, let me rewind this. By Friday, you will know what your grade is up to your final exam. So, your final exam will be the last assignment unless you haven't completed your other assignments. So you should be, hopefully by Friday, hopefully most of you get your work done on time. But if you wait till Sunday, you won't know what your grade is until you completed your last assignments. That being said, so here's what's going on, guys. Let me give you a breakdown of what's happening so you understand where you're at. So the discussion last week, of course, I'm reading through all of this stuff and digesting what you're telling me. Pretty powerful stuff. I love some of you guys. Obviously, a lot of you are doing it for your families, for your children, to be an example to other people. Admire, and I commend you for that. And a lot of you have so much experience and so much life has thrown at you. So I hope that you understand that, when I read through this, I read it with high respect. I believe that, you are doing the right thing. Education for me has been a catalyst. It's helped me. It's propelled me. It's propelled my family. We talk about this frequently in my home. When my kids were little, college was not an option. They were going to go to college. They didn't have the option not to go to college. It was an absolute, definitely, you have to do it. But also, we talk about the fact that just one generation separates me from my grandparents being illiterate. So my grandmother and my grandfather could not read, and my parents had a very low education. So education for my family is a big, big, important piece of our family sort of component. So I encourage you to, take advantage of this opportunity. If you're here in school and you're working full time and you have a family, hey, I relate to you. I can understand that. I've been there. I've done that. It's not easy to try to raise a family, provide for your family, and go to school. So I respect that. I honor that. I think you're doing a great job so far. That being said, I'm reading through this stuff, so give me some leadway to finish grading. I should have all graded by the end of the week. This week, let's look at this week. So this week, you're working on 2 chapters. I'm not going to give you guys a very difficult assignment, guys, because I know that we're coming to the end here. You guys have been hustling and doing good. The class overall has done great. So I just want to reward you a little. So your discussion this week is going to be very simple. Just reply to this message. That's it. You don't have to reply to other students. You could just tell me what's going on in your life so I can go through that. I can give you a grade for this week's discussion, and we're all set to go. So please do that. You could reply to a couple people that you've been connected with. That'd be fine, no problem, but it's not going to be required. The only requirement to this discussion is to reply to my post, to this post. You can just create your own thread and, share whatever you want. So I'm going to put this as the actual discussion. You can reply to some people if you like. That's not going to be an issue. But ultimately, the requirement to give you 100 for this week is to reply to this post by creating your own thread and just saying hi. Telling me, whatever you want, how things are going or what you learned in the class, whatever you want. Other than that, next week, what to expect, guys. Next week, oh, by the way, this week we're talking about communication, which is a powerful topic, right? Because one of my favorite sort of classes that I took when I was going to school was a kinesics class, which is a nonverbal communication. And essentially what they taught there was how to read people's facial micro expressions, it's called. And when someone's lying to you or someone's telling the truth or something's going on or something's wrong, like you could read that. And in business, that comes very handy, especially when you're trying to negotiate stuff or you're trying to figure out what the other side of the table is doing when you're bargaining. Powerful stuff. I will encourage you, and I didn't put this up because I know it's a lot of work, because it's a lot of information, but I would encourage you to look up nonverbal cues, nonverbal micro expression cues on like YouTube. There's a great video by like the History Channel about like presidents who lie and the micro expressions, like, the old famous Bill Clinton. I did not have sexual relationships with this woman. Remember that? You could see how he's lying in his face, his cues. But you can also see other things and interaction in presidents and how they interact with one another. It's a great video. When you have time, take a look at it. Something to put in your, sort of things to do. Great class. I loved it. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I learned so much about nonverbal communication, but this is a good one. This chapter really just covers the surface of communication, just the basics of like understanding how to send a message, what the receiver does, the noise in between. And I'm not talking about like literal noise, like, the garbage truck coming by or the beeping sound of a something. No, I'm talking about the noise that's happening in our heads sometimes. So when even this, I'm trying to communicate with you, but you might have a kid screaming, or you might have someone yelling, or kids are watching, who knows what they watch nowadays, but watching TV. But also you're probably thinking like all the homework you have to get done, or you're thinking like, I got to do this laundry, or I got to do that, or I got to go to work in a couple hours, or I'm tired. Tiredness is noise. All of that is noise. So when I send this message, what you're receiving can be totally different than what I wanted you to receive. So ultimately, it's an important conversation to have as a manager, because you could be telling your employees something and it's not getting through, and you don't understand why it's getting through. Well, it's our responsibility to understand what noise is happening in your employee's head or in your employee's environments. Also talks about grapevine, which is a very powerful tool in business if you use it properly. Everybody's been in an environment where they've heard of, they're gonna lay people off, and then the grapevine starts spreading, the rumor starts going on, and people are talking about it. Well, you can also use that for a positive. You can also use that in a good way. So I'm not gonna get into too much about that. You're gonna obviously read this chapter. And then we're going to talk about controlling systems in a business environment, and it's pretty interesting stuff that you probably, as a manager, will need in your understanding toolbox, if you may. All right, so guys, that is the last of the chapters. That's the last of the work that you have to do. From this point on, after you're done with chapter 14, you can take a deep breath. Review. Remember what I told you from the very beginning of this class. Review your weekly quiz questions, because those are going to come up in your midterm and your final. So it's easy when people ask me, what should I study for? Your weekly quizzes are in your final. So please make sure you've taken that into consideration and you have some type of notes with your weekly quizzes. That's all I'm going to say. So let me give you a heads up. Let's see here. Let me go. I'm doing this as we talk. As you can tell, I'm working from home today. I try to hide my lamp because there's a light out and I've been lazy and haven't been able to change it. But I had an OCD student that called me out on it. So if you caused me to change this up here and not do it the right way. So here's what to expect, guys. You have no time limit, and you're looking at 40 questions No time limit, but you don't have access to the book, and there's only one shot at it. So should be fairly simple. You should be okay. I don't think you guys should have any issue with this final. Let me just look here. All right. Just looking through some stuff here, guys, as we talk. Forgive me, bear with me a second. All right. I think that's it for now. By the way, shout out to Mindy. Mindy, great job this semester. Wonderful work. Michael, Amanda, Alicia, Trinity, Manuela, Nikki, Zachary, Iexia. Man, I am so sorry. I know you told me how to pronounce it, and now I would have to go back to the email. But Iexia, great job. Hannah, Jessica, Charles, you guys are killing it. You show up as my top 10 list. Well done. Well done. Well done. I think Jessica went through some stuff. So, I mean, to keep up with the class, I know you put in your post that you're trying to balance a lot of things going on. So I commend you for that. Well done. Keep up the good work. Anyhow, guys, as always, you can't see because I have my cup of coffee holding my phone up, so you can't see my cup today. But my cup of coffee has my normal Puerto Rican style coffee called Bustelo. Bustelo, I married a Puerto Rican, as you know, but Bustelo is a Puerto Rican, very Caribbean style coffee, used a lot with espresso. You can make it with a little bit of milk or creamer, a little bit of, as you all know, because it's become a very popular topic in our class, I use a couple monk sugar. Someone said they found monk sugar mixed with something else. I've seen that and I've tried it and it's okay. But I like just the full, just monk sugar. It's just a little bit of a sweetener and it doesn't taste chemically. So I like that about it. I can't do the like Splenda. I don't have any issues with sugar. I just want to reduce my sugar intake for a while. So it's been about a year, maybe a year and a half since I've done that. But that being said, guys, I wish you the very best. I will post one more goodbye video. I'll put it up there just to kind of close the whole thing down. I want to let you guys know I'm extremely happy with the way the class was handled. You guys did a wonderful job. You did all your work. You did great. You guys picked up on it really quickly, and I urge you to do the same with all your classes. Get started early, get it done, get it over with. Next thing you know, you're done like this, right? It went by very fast. And it's going to be like that every semester. It's 8 weeks, you're done. And we did that on purpose. I kind of feel like the long classes, by the time you get to midterm, you're exhausted, you're tired, you want to get it over with. This kind of gives you a moment of refresh, like you're done and then you can start again. So anyhow, that being said, what else can I say? I'm proud of you guys. I appreciate you. I appreciate all your hard work. I appreciate you putting effort in your discussions. I know they're a drag. I understand. I've been there. I was a student. I get it. So that's why I try to make this a little more personable and interactive. So I hope that you guys appreciated it and that it helped you. When the survey comes out, which it will in the middle or like towards the end of the year, please do that survey. That helps me. Please do the survey. It's awesome, and that you do that for me, and I appreciate it. I think that covers it. Have a great day, guys. Have a good cup of coffee. For all your tea drinkers, have a good tea. Take care. We'll see you next time.